Macca's guides.
Alright guys, here we are in World 4. This is called Spookington. We have our final 5 levels, as well as 3 mini games and a boss battle in order to wrap up the game. We'll also probably have to grind out a little bit of burrowing at the end, which is quite easy. It doesn't take too long. I'll show you how to do that. World 4 does take quite a bit of time. There are a couple of things that will make us take quite a while, and there are some kind of, you know, trickier levels than others, but nothing too crazy. A lot of tight coin requirements, so watch out for those, and also a lot of tight time retirements for some of the stopwatches. So make sure you're quite quick with these and restart the level if you miss anything. Alright, once we grab all of this, we can grab the chest at the end, which just has a gem. And then we actually have to mop up some stuff we left behind over here on the left before we move on. Use the lever to, you know, ride this Ferris wheel. We're going to be jumping off to the left here in order to grab a gem. Once you get to the top, grab the lever here. Take out the bee as well. You can jump across to the middle, or try to, just to grab some extra coins. And come up on here as well in order to grab the L in Lucky. And we can stand on here and kind of look around, but that won't, you know, that's kind of useless. I don't think this actually does anything. And then you can drop down here, mop up anything you may have missed, like some of these coins, this bug right here, burrow for some extra coins just in case. We can actually jump into the stall here and grab some extra coins. Grab this purse. You can grab the invisible coins here. Grab the gem that spawns once we grab all these coins. And we are well on our way to 300 here. Now what we're going to need to do is help this guy with all of his little kids or something that like kind of went missing. That'll all happen pretty easily here. What we want to start off with is go to the right and swipe at these skulls in order to take out the targets. The balls will respawn if you miss, so don't worry. Grab the U in Lucky. In this stall, there's also a whole bunch of coins. Now for this, what we want to do is take out the 2 caterpillars. And then make sure you grab all the coins on this spinning disc. Once you grab all the coins, we'll generate a gem, bringing us to 300. And then we can move forward and talk to this little ghost. And then at this point, we want to take out all of these big ghosts. You got to double jump and get a decent amount of height on them. The camera angles are not your best friend here. And I actually found that I oftentimes missed my jump and took damage while trying to get ghosts. Once we get all 5 of the ghosts, this little ghost, the friendly ghost, will return back to where she is supposed to be. Use the platform to get across. We're just going to make sure we're not missing anything here, even though we have enough coins by now. Now this is the kind of main protagonist of this area. You can trigger the checkpoint. Now we can move forward. Alright, this one's just a simple timer one. Just like time it so you don't get crushed by the hammer. Grab the C in Lucky. And then continue forward. I think we can actually grab an achievement here we missed. So what we'll do is we'll actually grab the achievement. Stand right here and get crushed by the hammer. And that was an achievement we didn't grab a very long time ago. We could have gotten it at the very beginning of the game, but we just got it now for getting crushed. Alright, talk to the second ghost, and then grab all the bugs here. Now after that, you'll want to come here, swipe at these skulls to take down all of the ghosts, and that'll generate a platform for you to be able to come over here to this foxhole. Now for this foxhole, we need to grab all of the coins once we kind of start. This one's not too bad. Just watch out that you don't get swiped by the spinning ninja ghost dudes. This one's super easy. Once you grab all of those, you can grab the clover at the end and continue. This level and the next level are very long. I would say they're almost 10 minutes each. And then there's 2 shorter levels, and the mini games are pretty short as well. So next we can continue to the right here. Just time it so that you can come under these hammers. And then we want to run on the hammers. Actually, never mind. Let the hammers kind of return to their position deeper into the screen, if that makes sense. And here you should be able to grab the K and Lucky. You can also get that gem if you want it, that I just skipped there. You don't need that gem, as we have almost 400 coins and we only needed 300. We actually have more than 400 now, but, you know, grabbing the gem doesn't hurt. Grab the Y in Lucky right here. It rotates kind of in between the 2 platforms. At this point, we are free to finish the level by continuing forward. Just kind of skip as much as possible. And then save the last friendly ghost. For this one, it's a little bit tricky. You kind of have to time the ghosts as they approach. And once you grab all 6, and obviously you'll need to survive. There was a checkpoint right before this, just in case you do fail. The family's all together, and that'll generate the platforms we need to get across. And assuming we have all 3 of the clovers, we can now grab the 4th one, and we are finished that level in about, what was that, 8 minutes, maybe 9 minutes? We're 9 minutes into the video, so yeah, about that. So now the next level will open up, and we'll also get our some of our mini games to play, I believe. So we're gonna have 2 marble mini games, which I'm not a big fan of. They're a little bit difficult. They're not like hard or anything, but they're definitely not, I don't know. They're a little tough to control, and the frame rate in them is, for some reason, I'm like 99.9% sure the frame rate in the marble levels is 30 frames per second. We'll actually come back to Loopy Lanterns. So let's do the 2 marble levels first.
Come on. Show eyes. Herbal 2. Yow.
You just want to be careful of all the spiky bits here. No need to rush or be too quick. Just make sure you grab all the coins in a blocked off area before you go to the next blocked off area. Because some of these areas you can't actually return. Actually, I think for this one you can return to wherever you came from, so it's not much to worry about. And once we have all the coins, we can go to the exit. You can get hit. You have your 3 lives as normal. So you shouldn't have too much trouble, especially with that one. This last one's a little tough because it's actually very hard to, like, some of the, in the last one here, in the last marble game, some of the edges are slanted, and it's almost impossible to actually see the slant in them. You kind of just have to, like, figure it out. I don't know. I'll show you what I mean.
Come on. Yowgrats, Herbtaru, Yowum.
Alright, so up here, you can kind of grab all of these. But then all the ones that are kind of a little bit further down here are all on like an incline. They can be a little bit hard to like get without falling off. So just try your best to grab them and not take too much damage. You know, adjust for the inclines and stuff, and then we can kind of continue forward. No coin gets left behind. Sorry if I, like, made it seem harder than it is. This is really not difficult at all. You might have to use this bouncy pad in order to get to the top here. And there we go. That's the last marble level in the game. So that's my least favorite minigame personally, so I'm pretty happy that we don't have to do any more. Grab your clover. And now we can come back to Loopy Lanterns. Alright, Loopy Lanterns. From the beginning, we're actually going to have a couple of things to do before we go across the very obvious bridge directly in front of us. What we're going to start off by doing is actually using this crocodile to get across here on this log. Up here. You can... I think there's a shortcut up here, but that's how I got it. And watch out for these boxes. 2 of these boxes are enemies. And then you can grab the rest of the boxes. And we have to turn on 5 of these, like, special mushrooms. And then once we do that, we get the L in Lucky. And we can move forward. We'll also grab the achievement here for Mushroom Mystery. Solve the mushroom puzzle in Loopy Lanterns. Now, for this, it's a light bridge that's powered by ghosts, right? So you have to you can only stand on the bridge when it's visible because of light. And that applies for if you have a lantern here. So there's kind of a lot of things you can do here all in a row. Let's start off by grabbing these coins over here. And then we will come here and put down our lantern. And we can grab the gem under the bridge. Grab some of these coins over here. And then we'll go over to the left. We can grab these spinning coins over here. And before continuing, we're actually going to go to the right-hand side here. On the alligator, across the log. On the other alligator. And then we're going to make our way across all the way here. There's a whole bunch of stuff we can do here, including riding this platform to grab the letter U. We can come up here in order to take this elevator downwards. Grab some extra coins. Grab this large coin at the end here, and we can ride this back to the center, where we can drop down on some extra coins as well. And we can now continue forward. Now what we want to do here is go to the left. Grab the extra coins here. Ride one of these platforms and grab the C in Lucky. And now we can return to kind of where we came from. Grab these invisible coins. Grab the circle of coins. Which will spawn a gem. Very important we pick that up. Also the mini gems, also very important. And we can go up the ladder, which we actually can't climb ladders with our lanterns. But at the top, you'll find a foxhole. Once you take that foxhole, this kind of looks like an area we were just at, but it's actually a different area. Anyways, pick up the lantern and walk forward. There's a whole bunch of stuff we can do here, including riding this square pattern. And on the square pattern, we can actually come across here to the right. And there's a couple of things we can do up here. What we're going to start with is coming up top, all the way up top, and picking up a different lantern. And with this lantern, what we can do is there's a bit of a maze here, and we have a clock. We can grab the clock, and the clock will spawn a whole bunch of coins that we will need to grab. It's a little bit tight on the timer here, so just kind of make sure you're working your way through the maze, grabbing all the coins you can. And once you grab all of them, you'll get teleported back and you'll get the secret clover. Additionally, what you'll want to do is come to the end here. Actually, we'll come back down a level with the lantern. Probably have to actually drop this lantern. Come down here to this lantern we had from before. And you should be able to grab the K in Lucky right here. We're also getting pretty close to that coin requirement. And now we can work our way back to the left, kind of where we came from. Yeah, this level's pretty long. I think we're already like 6 minutes in. We're getting close to the end, but still a little bit more to go. Here you can ride, come back across and drop down. Grab some extra coins if you want them. Interesting. Alright, I forgot how to get across here. I do think we actually do need to be up top. So ride the these are crocodiles, I believe, not alligators. Ride this back across and then we can go back up top. And we will have to actually stay up top, but we needed those coins anyway, so it kind of works out. Just time your platform usage right here to make sure you don't get swiped. Pick up all the coins you can. We're gonna come down here. This is probably not the way. There you go. You can grab the letter Y up here. Grab just a couple more coins here in order to get us to 300. And now that we're at 300, we have enough coins to finish the level. Now to finish the level, I think there's a ladder somewhere here. Am I missing it? Let's try this platform right here, and then this platform. And then these platforms right here. Now you can see all those gems there to the left. If you're short on coins, you can try that. But if you are not short on coins, you should be able to just, you should be good to go to pick up this orb and deliver the orb to this ghost. Doing that will spawn the clover, which we can pick up to finish that level. That was around 8 minutes, but I think that's the longest level in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Unless you get stuck on the final boss battle, that might take you longer. Even though it's not too bad. Alright, the next level we have here is a parting gift. Alright, this one's not too bad. It's a side-scrolling level. We'll obviously want to be careful for any obvious obstacles, like those giant fireballs. Cool. We'll be working our way across the map. This one, there's a couple things that are pretty well hidden, but otherwise it's not too bad. We'll want to come down here and go to the left and grab the L in Lucky. Come across here. Watch out for the fireballs. Watch out for the giant flower. Then we can drop down here, and there's 2 smaller flowers in here that we do have to make sure we don't get squashed by. At that point, we can use the lever, collect U and Lucky, and we can move on. Make sure to grab all 3 of these gems as you drop down. Grab the gem as you jump across there. Time yourself with these in order to pick up all the coins. Make sure you, there's a heart down here if you want it, by the way. Time yourself with these fireballs to make sure you can grab, you know, everything on the way. And then here you want to go to the left before you continue to the right. Jump across to collect C and Lucky. And then quickly jump back before you get stuck there, collecting the gem on the way back. Timing your jump down here. Timing your ladder progress up here. And grab the B, grab the extra coins over here. Now for here, you want to make sure you go to the left and then activate the lever here on the roof. Sometimes it's a little bit weird with the hit detection, but you want to make sure you can grab the bee and then bounce off the bee's head to grab the clover as well. Grab the extra coins that are here, and then we can move across. Grab the letter K and Lucky here, halfway between these blocks. Now here you can do a little bit of a skip by jumping across, but you have to basically, in order to get enough coins, come down here, and then you also get the letter Y in Lucky here. So you'll want to make sure you grab those before moving on. Once you have everything you need here, we can get to the very end, and that's all 4 clovers for that level. What was that level called? A Parting Gift or something like that? That'll open up the other minigame. We're actually going to leave that for now, though. Instead, we'll go for the Jinxed level. So for the Jinx level, you'll want to come across this bridge over here. And then it's kind of in the background. Alright, this level is actually really short, but quite dangerous and a little tricky. The other level that we have left is also quite short, but tricky. Grab grab any coins you see that are pretty obvious. And then up here you have your foxhole. This foxhole's pretty well hidden if you don't know you're looking for it. Alright, for this foxhole, you need to, you can try to take out the ghosts, but I'm not sure if you can even really take them out. Just try to avoid them. Grab the clock, and just work your way around the map here. Making sure to grab all of the coins before the time expires in order to spawn the clover. Alright, grab the caterpillars. And now we have to make a jump that, honestly, it's very, very, very tricky. For some reason, I don't know. I'm not able to get it very often, but let's try our best here. We're going to just jump straight across to the right. We have to make sure... Oh, okay, first try, cool. Just try to time your jump so that you put as much time in between both of the jumps and the double jump as possible so you can get as much distance as possible. Then we can jump down here, we can grab the clock, and we can grab all the coins here. Watch the fireballs. We don't actually have to grab all these coins. If you miss some, it's fine. And then we can move on to this block. Move on to this block. Grab the gem up here. Time the jump of these. Time the jump of that again, and time the jump of that again. Quickly transfer, quickly get up here, and then take out the flowers. And work your way to the left first. Pull one lever, pull the second lever, pull the third lever. And that should generate the letter U right down here. But we're going to actually try to make sure to grab all the coins up here first. By the way, I got this level confused with a different level. This level is actually not that quick. Now this is all about timing. You have to make sure to grab this clock just as this is about to open. And right as that's about to close, you have to transfer. You only got one shot for this, and it's a very tight window. You got to make sure you don't have to stall and go back. So that's LUC and Lucky. Grab the foxhole now. Now this part I don't really like too much. It's kind of like an endless runner type thing where you're just always going to the right of the screen and everything keeps repeating itself. I would highly recommend staying on the top row whenever possible. And if not possible, do the one right below it. So basically, always try to stay up high. I don't know if you're going to end up low on coins, so feel free to pick up whatever you see. Grab the K and Lucky up here. Now this gauntlet's just going to keep repeating and repeating. Again, take the high road when possible. And just continue. This might seem like you're not doing anything, but every time you do this, it slightly changes, and every time it kind of gives you new things kind of spawn on the map and stuff. Alright, grab this clock and make sure you grab all the coins along the way here. That'll spawn you a gem, which you need. That's 300. Watch out. We're going to make sure not to die here. Again, we're staying up top whenever we can. Can't stay up top here, so we go down below. Can't stay up top, we go down here. Because I only have one life, I'll be skipping any enemies that do come up in front of me. We can't go up top here. Can't go down below here. We gotta go all the way to the bottom. And we gotta grab the letter Y and Lucky. And not die from the fireballs. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of magic of editing, and we're just going to pretend that I didn't die from those fireballs, because I don't want to, you know, that was a pretty good take. I don't want to have to refilm all that, and I think you guys got the picture. So assuming you don't die from those fireballs at the end, you just walk forward and grab the last clover there in that level, and that'll be 4-4 for that level. We have one more main level, one more minigame, and one more boss battle. And we're wrapped up. Alright, so let's go do the minigame. The minigame will be this way, I believe. It's kind of near the beginning, but it's kind of above it. Let's see here. Any minute now. All right, there it is. So if you go to the beginning, there's like a ladder to the right-hand side, kind of. It's at the top of this ladder. Alright, this is one of those endless runner levels. Once you get going, you can't stop. You got to get all the way to the end of the level with full lives. These usually aren't too bad, but, you know, if you're not careful, it is possible to lose all your lives and not make it to the end. Obviously, whenever you can burrow, make sure you're burrowing. If it's not possible to burrow, make sure you're attentive to any obstacles that might be coming up. Make sure you're slapping any of the switches that do show up when possible. This level's a little bit on the longer end compared to the other one we did earlier in the game. That one's a little bit of a tough jump, but right at the end here, just grab the Clover 1 out of 1 for the final. I believe these are called, what are the Burrow Run levels, if I remember correctly. All right, 95 out of 99. Progressing forward here. Was it here? Yeah, it's under here to go to Jinx Rewrite. This is actually the level I was talking about last time by accident. This one's very short, very densely packed, and quite difficult if you don't watch out. All right, directly in front of you as you start, find the L. That was easy. Grab all these coins up here. I do believe there is a lot of extra coins on this level, so you should be good to go. Now over here, you'll want to go behind this little barrier in order to find your foxhole. You can't even see me jumping into it, but just trust me, there's a foxhole there. Alright, for this one, it's all about timing the ghosts. So you want to pick up the clock right as one of these platforms appears, right? And then just follow a ghost all the way around. As long as you're getting it where you never have to backtrack, you're getting them all on the first jump. Even if it seems like you're going real slow, you will make it back as long as you're following a ghost. At that point, once you get all of them, you'll have the secret clover here, and we can continue all the way to the end. Grab the extra coins that are here. And we can now leave the foxhole with the secret clover and 100 coins. Alright, from here we can now kind of make our way across slowly, watching out for any of this purple stuff, or the green stuff. Sorry, I don't know my primary colors. And working our way across, grabbing any obvious coins, and making sure to stay safe from any of these green glowing balls of fire. Grab the C and Lucky over here, making sure to time it with the levels of the green blobs. Grab any extra coins over here. And then we made it over here. For here, grab the clock just as they smack together. Once you grab all of them, there will be a gem that spawns on the back here. Pick it up. And there's a staircase right here. It's very hard to see. Once you get to the top, you can come into the screen and get the K in Lucky. Jump over the green, and then time your jumps here. As long as you can survive, you're going to make it here for sure. We have more than enough gems. We got our 300. We should get another 100. So you'll come and talk to this boss up here. And just make sure you take on all the waves of all the enemies. There's 3 waves. After each wave, there's a lever. Make sure you grab it. The camera angles can be a little bit tricky here. Although nothing shouldn't be anything here that you haven't already experienced. Pick up the coins if you still need them. Although you should have, like I said, more than enough. There are some extra lives over here. Now we're going to be a little bit careful. Like I said, the camera angle's a little tricky here. Alright, now we can open the cage all the way. Once we do that, feel free to drop down, move forward to grab the gem, and then time your movement to the left based on the pattern of the green. Grab the Y in Lucky, and then move across all the way to the end here, grabbing any extra coins you might need, and finishing off the level, grabbing all 99 Clovers in Spookington. That should be 100 points. We can check our achievements here. We have 2 left. One of them is for defeating the final boss, which we'll go do right now. You only need 80 to get into here. We obviously have all 99. Now, this boss battle is most definitely the hardest one out of all 4, but it's not that bad. What you want to do is, at the beginning of the phase, he'll spawn these little crystals that explode into a shockwave. Make sure you jump over the corners. After that, he's going to shoot laser beams from his eyes. Make sure you go from left to right of the screen, making sure to jump over his laser beam eyes when possible. Then you want to stay in the very center of the squares and watch the fireballs. And if you're bad like me, that might happen. But the reason you want to stay in the center is because when he rotates it, it's a lot easier to adjust if you're in the center than if you are on this corner piece, like right there. Alright, we're 0 for 2 here. We got to do the rest of the boss battle here with 1 life, which is very possible. Now, at this point, when he reassembles it, make sure you're standing on a corner piece. That way, you'll be able to just quickly go to the end of the maze without even having to do it. And now rinse and repeat that process 3 times. It gets a little bit harder each time. There's actually, during these sections, I forgot, there are enemies. And those enemies will actually restock your hearts, so you're good to go. Now, each time, each phase, it's a little bit harder. The shockwaves move a little bit faster. They're a little bit more frequent. His eyes track you faster and are able to kill you, damage you, more quickly if you make a bad jump. And the fireballs, it depends. Sometimes, honestly, I feel like the fireball sections are easier later on. But I would highly recommend trying to stay in the center here, which is the axis of rotation, which makes all of this stuff way easier. If you get stuck in no man's land, this stuff's a lot harder. See how everything's rotating around me and I don't have to really adjust too much? I'm just jumping. That's kind of what you want. Again, as he reassembles, you want to stand on a corner piece so that you're raised with the fence. That way you can quickly jump to the end of the maze and melee it in order to damage him. Alright, 3rd and final phase is approaching, but we have a couple enemies here to take care of. These ones are a little bit hard. You don't want to lose too many lives on these. I would recommend going for the rock monster first. He seemed to actually not give me too much trouble, but the bees did. So the reason I'm doing the bees last is because I can regain my lives on them instead of having to try to regain my lives on the rock. Anyways, the shockwaves, the last one's a little bit harder because he does like a series of 3 very quickly. And then his eyes are very quick in the final phase here. Make sure you're good with your jumps and your double jumps whenever possible here. I made a little bit of an error, but it's okay. Now again, go to the center. Make sure you're dodging appropriately. Try to stay in the center of rotation. Watch out for when he shifts. And, alright, perfect. Now you want to stay on a corner piece again after it assembles. Go to the end. Wait until it rotates. And one last bomb. And that is the World 4 boss taken down. And that's basically the end of the game. At this point, you should unlock a 125-point achievement for completing, defeating the boss in World 4. There it goes.
Lucky, you did it.
Now the game is going to close with a small story. There's also a little bit of a teaser here about possibly Super Lucky's Tale 2 maybe being in co-op. So that's a cool little, you know, cool little thing told in the story right here.
Every story needs a hero.
And before I sign off and get going, I do want to show you guys how to get that one final achievement out of the way that we do still have sitting there. It's a 15-pointer.
But somehow
there is a chance you would have grabbed it along the way, but realistically, it's one of those ones you just kind of grind out after you finish. All right, we can skip the credits. We go back into the main menu, press continue, and then go to world select and go to the first world.
Come on.
Sky Castle. If you're in Sky Castle, you might have to return all the way to the beginning of it. But what we're trying to go for here is just level 1-1. World 1-1 is this one right here called Heavy Heads. And to grab this last achievement that we're missing, we have to burrow for 10,000 meters. Now, what I've roughly seen from my testing is that an average playthrough will have you burrowing between 4,000 to 6,000 meters. So we'll have to double that. All you want to do is sit in this beginning area and just burrow around in circles until the achievement unlocks. For some people, this could take as little as 5 to 10 minutes if they only need a couple thousand meters, but for some people it could take as long as 20 to 30 minutes if they have quite a bit to go. So just keep burrowing. Don't do anything until the achievement unlocks. This game kind of crashes a lot if you do too many things. If you do want to check your progress, you can check your progress, but I will tell you this will probably make your game crash. You can actually go to see my achievements. You can go to Super Lucky's Tale. You can go to stats, and then you can go to distance burrowed. And you'll need this stat to go up to 10,000. On this playthrough that you're watching right now, I did 4,500. So if we go back to the game now, let's see if it, oh wow, it didn't crash. Congrats. That's the first time that's happened, to be honest. And you can just continue burrowing around 10,000 meters. The achievement or trophy will unlock. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is the end of the Super Lucky's Tale 100% all Clovers walkthrough. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, yo, please drop me a like. That would be really helpful. Share this video with a friend. Share it on the internet, wherever you guys go. You know, forums, websites, wherever. If you think it's going to help people out, I would highly, I would love if you guys were able to share it. Also, special shout out to all the amazing people on Patreon. I've been having a lot of serious problems with YouTube demonetization lately, and Patreon has been a reliable way for me to get support from the amazing people who want to support. Only if you want to do you have to sign up to Patreon. Completely optional, voluntary. Don't do it if you don't want to, but if you don't do it, don't complain about it. Cool. That's a cool story. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game. Peace.